A man with flat-top hair approaches Ryu and Ken. He's a cut above most other men, and he's got guts. His name is Guile. He easily dodges Ryu's kicks. His speed matches that of his opponent. He goes up against Ryu and Ken, but who will win the standoff? Watch the next episode of Street Fighter II V, the King of the Air Force. An explosion of menacing military combat. Gonna burn some muscle. With Chun-Li as their guide, Ken and Ryu travel to Kowloon Palace, located in one of Hong Kong's most dangerous areas. While there, Ryu enters a martial arts match held by a notorious gambling ring. The odds stack against Ryu as he battles a number of tough, vicious opponents. Have the boys taken on more than they bargained for? Watch the next episode of Street Fighter II V, landing in Hong Kong. Gonna burn some muscle. Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li are marked for execution by Lin, the Dawn of Kowloon Palace. In the darkness of the night, they must fight for their lives with a group of killers. Can they flee from the Devil's Battle Cave and find a way out of Kowloon Palace? Watch the next episode of Street Fighter II V, Darkness at Kowloon Palace. Their great escape from the lawless zone. Gonna burn some muscle. Are on location for the greatest martial arts spectacle ever. But when Ken is cast as the bad guy, anything can happen. Can Ken take the pounding that action superstar Fei Long is famous for dishing out? The cameras are rolling on their epic battle, which is sure to leave any normal martial arts movie in the dust. Watch the next episode of Street Fighter II V, Hot-Blooded Fei Long, super battle action movie. Gonna burn some muscle. Ryu finds himself at the mercy of a mysterious old man who is neither real nor imagined. Who is this ancient one, and what power does he have over Ryu's soul? To find out, watch the next episode of Street Fighter II V, Appearance of the Secret Technique. The key begins to rise, the awakening of Hado. Gonna burn some muscle. Chun-Li's father is the toughest cop in Hong Kong, but is he tough enough to survive when the crime lord Ashura marks him for death? And what happens when Chun-Li, Ken, and Ryu find themselves within Ashura's murderous web? It's danger on death's door in the next episode of Street Fighter II V, The Revenge of Ashura, the attacking Muay Thai assassin. Gonna burn some muscle. Ryu is taken prisoner in Thailand, where he and Ken hope to learn Muay Thai in its purest form. Now Ken must find his friend, and the truth behind his disappearance under the shadow of the Ashura. Be here for the next exciting episode of Street Fighter II V, Trap, Prison, and the Scream of Truth. Proud Ryu. Gonna burn some muscle. Ken draws closer to the mysterious Ashura, the crime gang behind Ryu's arrest. Meanwhile, Ryu is in for the fight of his life with the unstoppable Mr. Sagat, the ultimate master of the Muay Thai technique. Who is Mr. Sagat, and what is the secret of his power? Find out in the next episode of Street Fighter II V, the superstar of Muay Thai, the Grand Prison Battle Symphony. Gonna burn some muscle. Pay a visit to the Ashura's hideout, even as Dorai arrives in Thailand, and the operation to destroy the Ashura begins in earnest. But Ken and Ryu find themselves face to face with a mad killer in the heart of enemy headquarters. Will they survive to learn who is controlling the Ashura from the shadows? Find out in the next episode of Street Fighter II V, Dark Omen, the Veiled Rightful Ruler. Gonna burn some muscle. Dalsim, the man who controls the Hado Key. To meet him, Ken and Ryu journey into the backcountry of India, hoping to unlock the arcane mysteries of this secret martial arts technique. What they find is a monster and a treasure of gold. Be here for Street Fighter II V, Visitation of the Beasts, the Fierce Holy Monk, Advice to Young Warriors. Gonna burn some muscle. Within the Cave of Ancients, the golden treasure awaits. Now Ken and Ryu must enter the cave and face the treasure's guardian. But what sort of monster is it? How can it be fought? And what will Ken and Ryu see when their ultimate battle with the unknown is joined? Be here for Street Fighter II V, the deadly phantom face-off, the battle spirit hidden between body and soul. Gonna burn some muscle. At last, Dalsim begins leading Ryu down the path to understanding Hado, and from there, the legendary attack form known as Hado Ken. But what powers will this awaken within Ryu? Watch as a legend is born in the next episode of Street Fighter II V, The Legend of the Hado Ken. All creation, source of the energy. Gonna burn some muscle. Cold, shining claws that bring forth a crimson spray, and a rose clenched in lips hungry for a forbidden kiss. He is the handsome matador of Barcelona, known as Vega, and the prize for which he fights is Chun-Li herself. Be here for Street Fighter II V, the bloodthirsty young nobleman, a lust for beauty and a love potion for Chun-Li. Gonna burn some muscle. Chun-Li is drawn further into Vega's seductive game. Ken receives an invitation to a party, but the entertainment is a death match with Vega. Ken becomes the subject of Vega's cruel sport. How can he evade the cold claws of the Matador? Can Chun-Li escape Vega's plans after he drugs her? Be here for Street Fighter II V, Clash of the Titans, Mortal Kombat for Pride, Life, and Cinderella. Gonna burn some muscle. Between Ken and Vega continues beneath the watchful gaze of the Shadow Law leader, Bison. Those same evil eyes have seen Ryu as well. How will Bison's devilish schemes affect their fates? Will Ken live to find out? Or will Chun-Li be lost as the shadow of death overtakes him forever? Be here for Street Fighter II V, the unveiled ruler. The rampage of the fearful thirst for conquest begins. Gonna burn some muscle. As Ken and Vega's great battle reaches its finale, Bison sets his sinister plans in motion, and the latest participant in his schemes is the woman called Cammy. As Bison's fist closes around her, Chun-Li faces her darkest hour. Will she be up to the challenge? Find out in Street Fighter II V. Shudder, the Despot's commander, infiltration stratagem, an approaching crisis. Gonna burn some muscle. Lee's cries for help begin to cut through the fog of Ken's unconsciousness, even as Bison attacks her with his psycho power. Meanwhile, Dorai becomes the target of the beautiful assassin, Cammy, her crucifix slicing through the darkness. Will father and daughter survive these dual threats to their lives? Find out next time in Street Fighter II V, the beautiful assassin, Green Eyes, terror of the cross, gonna burn some muscle. Dorai's life is nothing more than a target for the beautiful Cammy's shining cross. Will Dorai survive? Meanwhile, a helicopter is secretly dispatched to Barcelona with 2 military experts aboard who've been hired by Ken's father, Guile and Nash. Will Ken be rescued? Find out in Street Fighter II V. Special orders to the Iron Men. The mightiest rescuers launch into the sheltering skies. Gonna burn some muscle. Himself on the receiving end of an elbow smash from Zangief, the Shadow Law wrestler. What will Guile and Nash find at the Castle de Maria Isabel where Ken disappeared? And what will happen when Ryu faces off with Bison himself? It's Hado Ken versus Bison's psycho power, but who will be the victor? Find out in Street Fighter II V. Unknown explosive force, the full extent of unbelievable power. Gonna burn some muscle. Beneath an eerie light, Ryu finds a Shadow Law cyber chip being forced upon him as Bison watches. Meanwhile, Cammy basks in the satisfaction of a job well done as Fei Long learns the horrifying news of Dorai's death. And even if Guile rescues him, will Ken ever be the same? Find out in Street Fighter II V. Compulsion towards vengeance, cyber chip, the challenge of mind control. Gonna burn some muscle. When he does, he'll sense Ryu's pain and Hado will begin to rise from his body. But he's too late to stop Bison from implanting the cyber chip into Ryu's forehead, turning him into an all-powerful, completely obedient warrior. Will Ken's Hado Rising Dragon Punch somehow save Ryu? Be here next time for Street Fighter II V. Rising Dragon into the sky, the extremes of rage, awakening Hado. Gonna burn some muscle. Eagle's head statue reflects the sinister light shining in Ryu's eyes. And while Fei Long is being approached in Barcelona by Interpol Chief Barrack, Ken infiltrates the Shadow Law fortress. Little does he know that Guile and Nash are on the island as well. But they're not the only ones. Be here for Ken's chilling reunion with Chun-Li. All in Street Fighter II V. The icy light of their eyes. Heroes possessed by evil. Gonna burn some muscle. The unearthly light shining from the cyber chip on Chun-Li's forehead. Soon he'll see it coming from Ryu as well. Ken's rage becomes so powerful that he summons his Hado Shoru Ken. But is there any way to return his friends to their senses? Be here for Street Fighter II V. Nightmare reunion, an anguished cry, a mind sealed away. Gonna burn some muscle. Infiltrates deep into the Shadow Law fortress. He finds himself pitted against the mighty Zangief. Meanwhile, Cammy closes in to finish off Dorai, but Fei Long stands ready to protect him. And Ryu, controlled by Bison, sends his deadly fists flying against Ken. Be here for Street Fighter II V. Fight to the finish, round 1. The grand triple battle command. Gonna burn some muscle. Out against Zangief, see what happens when the wrestler uses his killer move, the atomic suplex. Meanwhile, Fei Long and Cammy continue to tangle for the life of Dorai. Can Fei Long avenge his mentor? And Nash finds the Shadow Law control room only to find himself in the grip of Bison. Be here for Street Fighter II V. Fight to the finish, round 2. The final moments of an exhausted true friend. Gonna burn some muscle. And Guile must live with his friend's scream ringing in his heart forever. Cammy and Fei Long fight to the finish. And now Ryu and Ken will use all the power at their disposal in a clash between the Hado Ken and the Hado Shoru. Will the battle between these two friends be their last? Find out in Street Fighter II V. Fight to the finish, round 3. Critical point, the limits of the smashing Hado energy. Gonna burn some muscle. free of the cyber chip at last. Now he and Ken must find their way to Bison's control chamber. Meanwhile, Guile has his hands full with Chun-Li. Like Ryu before her, she's been turned into a heartless killing machine. And looming over them all is the shadow of ultimate evil, Bison. Be here for Street Fighter II V. Fight to the finish, round 4. Master Bison, the overwhelming destructive power. Gonna burn some muscle. Faced with the unstoppable might of Bison's psycho power, Ryu and Ken fight not only for their lives, but for the fate of the entire world. Be here as Bison unleashes his dreaded Psycho Crusher assault. Will the combined might of Ken's Shoryuken and Ryu's Hadouken be enough to defeat him? Find out in Street Fighter II V. Fight to the finish, last round, the final battle, risking all of body and soul. Gonna burn some muscle.